Yo, what's good, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to another race here in the Luigi's Mansion OoB tournament in the year 2025. Got a cool match here today. We got Radio versus Kaii runs. I'm Flair. I'm joined by my co-commentator, Red's MSR.
What's up, guys?
And they're going to kick it off here in a second.
Yeah, Radio has a current PB of 57.18, and Kaii has a current PB of 55.50. So there's about a minute and a half difference between the two. So I'm sure we'll have a good race.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some interesting things occur throughout this race. Don't know how crazy it'll be. It should be something that I think, at least for Kaii, he feels pretty confident in winning, but in terms of any LM race, anything is possible. Like a second or something. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sync these up, and then we can just sit here and, I don't know, yap about something, because, like, Area 1 is just so boring.
Area 1, pretty much all it is just grabbing whatever ghosts in the most efficient way possible. In the first room, it only spawns 3 waves of singles, but in the anteroom and the wardrobe room, which are the next 2 rooms, you can double them up by pushing them into each other or waiting for them to go into each other, stuff like that. But all in all, it's easily the simplest area in the game. It doesn't really have any particular difficult moments until the end of it with Chauncey. So
yeah, Chauncey will be a decider.
Chauncey could be Chauncey could be the one here.
Let's see, I should actually pull up the bracket. We're pretty far in the tournament at this point. We only have, like, what, a few rounds left? Only so many matches.
We have a few matches left, but generally not that many. Just going through it now.
Yeah, we're in the last dozen or so matches, including this one.
Yeah. One of these guys could end up facing George, which is me. So I could have my rematch against Kaii.
Yeah, in the loser semis finals. If Kaii were to win this and then win his next match against the winner of the Pancakes Rock match, he would go on to face HD, and then he'd have to beat HD to face you again. It's a pretty uphill battle for Kaii to get back to you, if anything.
It's an uphill battle from this point forward for everybody, really.
Yeah, all the matches are getting closer and closer as the skill gaps are decreasing with every match and with every round that we advance through.
Yeah, I was planning on winning the tournament, but I have like no chance now, because if I get in the grand finals, chances are I'm gonna have to beat Pablo twice in a row, which is just not gonna happen.
I mean, regardless, if you want to get back into grand finals, you have to play Pablo again.
Yeah,
or well, I guess at this point, if you wanted to win, you have to play him again, no matter what, either in losers finals or in the grand finals itself.
I'm still gonna lock in. Don't worry, I have a trick up my sleeve. Anyway,
are you gonna cheat? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Though I was considering it after my performance with Pablo's match, I'll tell you that much. That was awful.
World's first RNG manip.
Yeah. Anyway,
we've cracked the code.
For Portrait Ghosts, you just need to wait or do a specific thing. So, for Lydia, you gotta pull that curtain. For Neville, you just gotta face away from him and wait for him to yawn. It makes their hearts vulnerable, which is what you need to be able to suck them up in the first place. So, for Chauncey, what you're going to have to do to make his heart vulnerable is shake the rocking horse. But it doesn't actually make his heart vulnerable, it just activates the trigger to go into the fight.
However, there is a bit of a different way that you can do this. We used to just walk in the room and then shake the rocking horse and sit through a little bit of text, but nowadays there's this track called Laser Crusader where we can go around to the left side of the crib and, or well, we can go, yeah, I mean, visually we're seeing Luigi at the left of the crib, but you can stand over there and avoid the trigger for that first text box, so you can grab the ball early after shaking the rocking horse and then launch it at Chauncey. It saves a couple seconds.
It saves a couple seconds. The name is not as cool as it implies it is, unfortunately. The Laser Crusader is named after a guy. You're not shooting a laser at him.
You're on no crusade, and there are no lasers.
Yeah. I can't imagine what that's like for people who don't know anything about this game. It's like, Laser Crusader, that sounds awesome. And it's just standing on the left of the wall.
Well, I mean, like, that's like the same thing like Pythag skip, and people, I'm sure people who've never heard about it before is like, what does it even mean?
Chauncey One Cycle, basically what it is a 2-frame window where you can cancel Luigi's like break-off animation by letting go and pressing the R button within 1 frame. So if you let go of the R button for 1 frame, and you repress it, and you do that within a 2-frame window of Chauncey breaking off, and it cancels the break-off animation, and you can keep sucking them up and finish off the suck-up and get him in 1 cycle. Which Radio unfortunately missed Chauncey 1 cycle. And is going to be having to go for a 2 cycle, which loses about 37 seconds over what Kaii got, which is the Chauncey 1 cycle. So Kaii already has a decent lead over Radio right now. Gonna have to do some hoping here for Radio. You know, ER and text skips like 90% of that. I'm just saying.
Like, yeah, Kaii could miss ER and text skip, and Radio gets it, and Radio just already makes up a bunch of that time back.
People are like, oh, ER or Chauncey 1 cycle is such a bad deficit. No, dude. If the person who gets Chauncey 1 cycle misses ER and tech skip, and then gets bad boo RNG in the fire split, the guy who didn't get it's ahead. I trust me, I've experienced that. I should have won against Pablo last year.
I mean, there are a lot of ways for the time deficit to get swayed. Either the gap gets bigger, or the gap will get smaller. It just kind of depends on how things shake out, and that's what's interesting about these races is the RNG does matter in these scenarios. When you end up in situations like this where your opponent is the one getting Chauncey 1 cycle and you missed it, and you're already down 30 seconds. And it gets worse too if let's say Kaii is actually going to get ER and tech skip and Radio doesn't. That puts him like a minute behind in fire. Kaii going for the harder double strat in here. He is able to get a clean flash there.
As the first strat named Task double.
1 of 2 in the run that we do here.
Yeah. For some reason, people like to just put the word TAS in front of the strat names, even though they're not even what's done in the TAS most of the time.
Yeah, it's just a cool, it's a cool random prefix that everybody has become accustomed to for the last like year or so, and now we're getting ready for TAS Soldier Triple.
Yeah, the TAS soldiers. That's what we should call Soldier Triple. Yeah, Soldier Triple's been in development. Pablo, I think, is going to implement it for the 2 days he comes back again.
We may even see it in the tournament.
Radio went for a more standard double there. The TAS double only saves like, you know, half a second or something. It's not a lot. Kaii getting early release, getting lucky. There's a 50-50 chance you get that. If you don't get early release, you lose 10 seconds. I would also know that feeling.
Not getting ER, yeah. A lot of people in LM have played LM for a long time know that feeling. Oh no, uh-oh. Radio having a bit of yeah, he's having a bit of a fun time trying to get this 6P setup. I don't think he's going to get all of them.
Oh,
no.
This is unfortunate for Radio.
Oh, that's so tragic.
That double. But, yeah,
I agree.
Unfortunate setup.
He got robbed out of the setup in general because he just barely missed that yellow one in the second set and couldn't push it up, so the whole cycle is just like botched.
Yeah. Usually if I do that, I just take like a second hit from the swing and lose a few seconds.
Yeah, so you get knocked back to the wall, and then you can just have them all group up because they won't swing again while you're getting back up or whatever. And you at least have iframes to pull off all the masks before you can get hit again.
And also getting unlucky. Now it would be a pretty difficult deficit to make up. We can't count them out yet. Because anything can happen in the League of Legends speedrun. You know, you could miss King 1 cycle, not save on Weston Boo, and reset the game and have to do it all again.
There's going for tasks and then soft locking or crown thefting.
Yeah, crown.
Shocked nobody's crown theft in the tournament this year, but maybe that's a good thing.
That doesn't really happen usually. The only time I can think about it is when Philly lost because he crown thefted.
You think he did that on purpose?
No, definitely not. I think his ego was crushed from that because he stopped running the game pretty shortly after.
He was so embarrassed by that loss. It's okay.
Alright, so Kaii also got tech skip with the best RNG as well. So Kai's run's actually really good.
Yeah, his run is pretty good. He's got pretty good RNG so far through first 5 clues, at least through this room.
What if Kaii pulls out 54s in the tournament race?
What if he bops you in the tournament right now?
Dude,
right now?
That would be disheartening for me.
Well, you beat him to the 54, so you could still be happy about that.
Exactly. I like my placement.
Radio is like... You do? You like your placement?
Yeah, I like being in 4th place.
You know, HD's trying to dethrone you.
Yeah, I've seen.
But I don't know if he's really gonna stick with it. Game's already bad enough.
Yeah,
The man has no patience for it anymore, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't have patience for it either. I wanted to forfeit my last match so bad.
Well, I mean, him and I sat there watching you pull up the menu 5 different times.
Yeah, I stopped myself like 5 times after I paused the game to not reset.
Nice. Radio does get does get the tech skip set up here.
Oh no, it's
although it is
far away.
No.
This is so unfortunate, man.
This is pretty tragic. Radio's already like a minute behind at Boo release was already a minute behind. Minute plus.
He pulled off the I think the Boo just switched into the left. Oh, never mind. I'm like an absolute idiot. I'm illiterate.
You're dyslexic with the Boo radar.
Yeah. It's on the right side of the Game Boy border instead of the left. So Kaii, I'm not exactly sure. I can't tell paces based on looking at like when you enter like the rooms or stuff, but all I know is that his run is actually pretty good.
Yeah, this should be a pretty fire warp segment time that he gets here. Assuming he gets like, when he finishes this right here, he gets a knock on the candle and he's there.
Yeah. And then you can set up a thing called Firework, where what you do is you grab the Boo, land on the fire medallion, and then save and quit.
So Kaii does get the knock.
Kai's going to be getting around a 13, like 25 Firework segment. Dude, he spawned the fire element. Did you hear that?
Yeah, he did. I did hear the fire element spawn.
I didn't know you could. Oh, I didn't know you could do that in that room. You can do that in ice or you can do that in tea room and water, but I haven't seen it there.
Probably because he like had the vacuum at the right angle.
Yeah.
It's interesting though that like the second you grab the medallion, you're allowed to pick it up, the element.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to necessarily. You
if
don't
it was
necessarily
like
have
keys
to reload.
if it was like keys where it didn't work until you actually put it away, then it would suck and you wouldn't be able to do that. Keys you can't save warp on, because it doesn't... You don't actually get their like ability, like unlocking the door that you need to go to. You don't get that until it's actually like the animation's done.
Yeah, once you hear the there's like a noise for like collecting it or something. Maybe that's when it's supposed to register as actually being in like your inventory.
Yeah, I mean normally the map pops up, so I assume whenever that pops up is when it actually like works. Guy barely getting that hat skip. He's right in front of the chest too. Radio also getting fire warp. See, Radio's about a minute and a half behind right now. Dude, these boos are going crazy for Kaii right now. Like, it might be right here.
Might be. Nope. Tragic.
I mean, if the Boo RNG was too good, then, you know, you wouldn't be able to compete against it, right? Like, you need at least a couple bad Boos to keep your mindset in check.
Well, also so that if your run actually does somehow PB, it's somewhat comparable.
Yeah.
Nice. Get the instant knock. Aw, it's not there.
So... Still pretty good RNG in that ring. Yeah, I mean, so far, the only bad RNG Kaii has had is the Butler room. To be fair, the bucket in there is pretty bad. He's also very low on fire, so...
Oh. Interesting. Well, he's gonna try this from the right side one instead.
That's not gonna work. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's gonna have to grab more fire here, so... He's gonna be on about, like, a 18, like, you know, 15-ish water segment. Which is pretty okay.
Radio with potentially a better spot for the Boo. He gets it.
Yeah, he actually checked that. He checked that immediately.
Yeah, he went for like an instant knock on. Oh, this is interesting.
I would have went and grabbed the key after in that situation. Yeah, I mean, that worked.
Well, you know what? It actually worked out pretty... That Boo was a little forgiving there.
Here, probably gonna cancel the burn of this last guy and get a fast one. Yeah, there we go.
Kaii with no best RNG, but does have something in the timpani.
I mean, literally anything that's not past those timpanis is good. Like, that's still really good luck, because then you can get to the door.
Yeah. Exactly. The top right cabinet is the best spot. Pianos, I've never... How many times have you seen people get piano? I feel like I never see that.
I feel like piano's one of the... Piano's second common, second most common, I think. But I feel like I get it less than most. Piano's technically the best spot, because it's closest to the chest. But everyone always checks the top right first, because it is, it's there, like, 50% of the time, according to the boot probability, I think. So, yeah, there's something in there. Okay, so Kaii is going to be able to go for the kitchen to attack skip.
Nice. That one's particularly tricky because you have to stand at the top of the table there to grab the cloth at the right angle. but
Yeah,
he
you
does
have
it
to-
just well, and he dragged the boo very nicely. So that
You have
worked
to
out
make
for him.
sure that you pull it off from the front, because if you pull it off from the side, it won't come off quick enough. You can do a thing to make it come off quick enough, but it's less consistent than just pulling it off from the front.
What is happening here?
Yeah, so ghosts have, like, this invulnerability thing, where you, like, you know how sometimes if you have iframes, you can push the ghost?
This is the same concept with actually trying to like
It's
shine your
similar to the
flashlight.
garbage ghost, but, like, it's just you have to do it with iframes or it won't work, because every other ghost is a hurt box. So, like, if you do that with any ghost, you can't stun them while they're being pushed. Like, you ever see that one clip of HD where he's, like, pushing the guy and he just can't flash him? That's what
and he's like, wasn't that in Hidden Room or something? Where was that?
It was in Hidden Room. He's like, why can't I flash him? Yeah, that's why. Because he just kept continuing.
What just happened? No, he did it like 5 times, got punched and it despawned. He's like, what just happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. If you push ghosts, you can't stun them. What is weird is if you push a ghost like that, you can stun them while you're in the suck-up animation. Like, while you're already sucking up another ghost, you can stun them and start it while you're in the middle of the suck-up. It's like a really weird thing that happens, and like, it's really inconsistent, but it is a thing that can happen. And another thing is that, speaking of the garbage ghosts, you can actually get hit by them, but they have to have already thrown the banana.
So they can't hurt you when they first spawn because of that?
If they throw the banana and then you try to push into them, they can sometimes hurt you.
Oh, interesting.
Small, so it's hard to do it.
Kaii with a sub 21 Bogmire key. This one's pretty chillin' right now.
Yeah, sub 21 for a race is pretty good. I believe that was like a 2042, which is also pretty good Bogmire key. I got a 2035, actually.
You know, I don't think we mentioned it, but Kaii also did get the other task double. He did the graveyard task double.
Oh yeah, the second task double was in the graveyard. That's what he did.
It's a similar concept to the bathroom double, where you like do a very specific flash at a very specific angle to grab ghosts at once, and it's slightly faster than older setups.
Yeah. The old fast double strat was so stupid. Like every day I wake up, I'm like, dude.
I'm so happy that it's not there.
God, that I don't have to do that. I never learned it. I just took the 2-second time loss. Okay, radio, unfortunately, breaking off of the Bogmire there. Mr. Bogmire.
Oh my goodness.
Almost got charged right into the shadows who were like creating a wall in front of them.
That was like very close to becoming a 3-cycle, but radio was able to manage and takes care of business. Nearly 2 minutes behind now. So now we're peering into the secret altar where King Boo is imprisoned. What? It's J-Cool.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe they got J-Cool. J-Town. It's my favorite Lethal Company player.
Yeah, he's named something different just depending on what you're playing with, what game you're playing with them. He's not Zelda and Among Us. He's J-Town and speedrunning. He's JPN everywhere else.
Make it make sense. Later, Biff. We'll see you in the next Hundo run.
Yeah. I can't wait for the next Hundo tournament.
Yep. I'm sure that'll happen one day. Did Kaii spawn both kitchen mouse and tea room mouse now?
I have no idea.
Someone got kitchen mouse in this. I'm almost certain.
I wasn't paying attention to the mice, to be honest. Kaii did a slightly faster strat there with the grabber ghost, where you get him in the ceiling.
Oh,
that is right behind him. That is unfortunate that he grabbed that. I think he wanted to walk around it, but he didn't think he could with the boot ball, because he kind of like waited a moment before he ran into the medallion there. It actually switched into the ice bucket anyway.
It did.
So that was still really good. Gonna be grabbing the ice right away and then sucking up the boo. So yeah, if you do this,
I think
you get a tech skip. This is one of the coolest tech skips in the game because you set it up while you're like grabbing the first ghost. It's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's one of the easier ones in my opinion. It's the easiest hard one. It's probably the best way to put it. Like, some of the tech skips are free, like Parlor, Tech Skip, and Lydia are like absolutely free. But then you have like the hard ones, which is like Kitchen and Tea Room. Like Tea Room's the easiest, Kitchen is harder than that, and Laundry Boot Tech Skips and it's like own level. And then Twins Tech Skip. That one's terrible. And there's technically Storage Boot Tech Skip, which is just boot level. And there's also Storage Boot Tech Skip where you use the poster, which is just actually slower, because you have to walk all the way to the door. I forgot to mention, that door is on fire, and you can shoot water through the door. Yes, unfortunately, Kaii had a bad boost switch there.
Well, it's more so interesting that he actually stopped inspecting it for a little bit or whatever. He stopped shaking it for like a split second and reset that was just crazy.
It was unfortunate, but when you're close to when you're far away from an object like that, that's just something that's gonna happen sometimes. Especially on that
probably just too early, I guess.
Like that object's hitbox is particularly bad. Like if you open it, you can't hit it from the front. You have to go to the corner or the side. Kai's Boo RNG has calmed down a decent bit now.
It's started to average out, it feels like. Yeah. Lots of second tries and some okay spots.
So it looks like he's going to be getting around a 27-4x moonshot split. Not quite the 27-16, which just passed.
We are in the moonshot room in 27-16, but it's not a 27-16 moonshot.
Yeah, if you're in the Luigi's Mansion speedrun community, you know about Kai's 27-16 moonshot.
Whether you wanted to know about it or not, you knew about it. It's become like it's a cultural meme.
It's certainly something. Radio having a little trouble with the mice in here. Why is nobody
just auto-locking on them?
Shout out to Snap. Why is nobody playing with the mice? Kaii going for the signature Kaii disc suck up, which is when you push the ghost into the wall. Like you can kind of push a ghost towards where a wall is and get a wall twirl. Wall twirling's been known for a long time now, but some of these ghosts you couldn't do them on it before because they weren't close enough to a wall. But it turns out you can kind of just like push them towards the wall at the beginning of a suck up and get a wall twirl anyway, which saves some time. That will be dubbing the Kaii disc animation.
Any Kaii strat that exists will now be Kaii disc something. It's
yeah, that's
nice.
kind of just what even strats that he hasn't found are called Kaii disc something at this point. Like,
well, I mean Kaii disc strat. So
yeah, just like, had nothing to do with them.
Well, there we go. We're gonna see the text storage here, also known as funny text. That's because he grabbed the glove just as EGAD called him, and the text was stored until you reloaded the game and got back in the mansion because it didn't appear there.
That text is why the animation plays out for a moment if you don't do that strat. Because text is basically played in layers, so if there's text on screen, like let's say you talk to EGAD and then immediately the boot text comes up, it's layered, so basically EGAD's going to talk to you first, and then right after EGAD closes, the next text pops up. So it plays the glove text first, and then EGAD calls you. But if you walk into the glove late, then the EGAD text gets loaded first, which is why it plays when you re-enter the mansion. It's the only example of text storage saving time. Which, you know, it is an insanely powerful trick in theory. Because you can literally just walk past any cutscene trigger if you have it enabled. But it's completely useless because you can't really take it anywhere.
Well, because it just goes away.
Yeah, and if you have text that scrolls, no text is long enough to make it anywhere.
That's true. If only we could store Vanguard text.
Yeah. I don't even think that would be enough to do anything with it, so Kaii unfortunately missing Twin Double. And PSA, you know, I haven't done a PSA yet in this tournament race. I usually do PSA things. But please learn the hopeless setups. Pablo learned them, and he went, dude, they're so much better.
Wait, dude, these are actually, like, so much better. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Just, like, actually so easy, dude. Like, so much faster.
I was watching Jovan's race, and I don't remember who was commentating. I think it was literally Kaii, and he watched Jovan set it up, and he was like, what is he doing? Oh, dude, Radio also got funny text.
He did. I just watched that. It's pretty epic.
Kai's not
PSA,
going
please
for
do
Sarya.
Saryanok. Please do Saryanok, guys. I beg you.
Kaii is like the new gen Sarya, where we used to name everything after Sarya, but now now that Sarya's not finding anything anymore, we're just naming it all after Kaii.
Yeah, we're gonna call it Kaii Knock now.
Oh no, absolutely not. That is Saryanok. Oh, yeah, another PSA. Dude, did you just see that switch? That was the luckiest thing of all time.
Yes, that was quite literally insane.
You wanna know what's funny? He only switched there because he didn't do Saryanok. Because it would have came out half a second later.
That's true.
So sadly, this is the rarest instance that's probably never happened before this, where Saryanok actually saved him time, or not doing Saryanok actually saved him time.
Yeah, skipping Saryanok was actually the play.
Yeah, he saw into the future with that boost switch. Because he's been counting in his head since the boost switches started, and he knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, he's just got the global clock in his head at all times.
Yeah, and it's perfectly accurate.
Goodbye, Speedy Spirit. Kaii with sound glitch.
Yeah, very common in the Japanese version. Some songs are even just missing, for some reason. I learned recently that Kaii saved time over me on clairvoyant mashing, and that made me sad. Washed up masher. If this was 2021, I would have saved 2 seconds on it. Just saying.
You're just more prone to getting gassed.
Dude, I get tired after like 10 seconds.
You're like Derrick Henry, honestly. Yeah, I get tired after like 10 seconds. It's just not worth it. And even then, I only go at like 11.
so it's not worth it. Alright, so Radio losing this Boo. Luckily, losing this Boo doesn't do, like, anything. It like, barely loses anything.
Yeah, you probably lose like a second at most from not doing like the Kaii disc setup or the Kaii disc strat. You just lose the Boo out there.
I think it like yeah. I mean, not compare if you don't assuming no Kaii disc strat. I think it's like legitimately no different than just doing it in the room because then you get extra movement with the Boo in the hallway. It might just be the same.
Perhaps. That's true. It offsets the fact that you'd have to walk out the door without actively dealing damage to the Boo. That's the only thing I was thinking you'd lose time to.
Yeah. Radio getting late tech skip, which is definitely the easiest tech skip in the game. Kai's gonna be moving up to Boo loss. Now hopefully he does not forget ice.
I'm sure he won't. I'm sure he won't walk past T room because then he'll have to walk back from Safari room back to T room.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Well, now Radio's in Mash City, so I guess the only thing we can do is watch Kaii. Maybe he spawns second floor mouse.
I actually did just click on Kai's stream, and he's on best pace ever. So this is literally the best run Kaii has ever done.
We should just continue watching the live restream, and then we can pace pal him later.
Well, I pace pal him now because he's still on the same split.
But spoilers.
Spoilers for the split he's currently on. Listen, I don't know what happened in the Safari room.
Oh, we should watch it right now.
By the looks of it,
he's gonna do the strat
pretty well. That's a little strat where if you hold out the vacuum, you can delay the spawn. It saves a tiny bit of time, and also it's always on the right side. So the Boo is not in there. He's gonna be in that little thing right there.
Well, I find it interesting that holding the vacuum out and actively like using it actually counts as light, and can sometimes stop certain ghosts from spawning.
Well, it's not light that stops them from spawning. It's if you're looking at them,
or like looking in the direction that they're supposed to spawn in.
Yeah,
or at least in the spot. Because I know that you do that in wardrobe room at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, sometimes if you hold L, it makes them spawn anyway, but that only happens with certain ghosts. Like, the gold ghosts spawn, but Shy Guys don't. Like, I'm not exactly sure what the criteria is, or what circumstances you need to be in for holding L to get a ghost to spawn while you're facing at them is to work. But it is a thing that you can do in some circumstances, yeah. So hopefully Kai's Boo loss just goes well. All I saw when I clicked on the stream was him walking through a hallway, so there wasn't really much for me to look at.
I'm glad we're both in the dark for his Boo losses. We'll probably be seeing the more optimized new strat here, where you can set up Boo losses to not have to wrap around this statue and just walk straight towards it and he'll pop.
Yeah, saves a tiny bit of time. Getting hit by the Boo.
Interesting Boo bonk. That would be a max % killer right there.
That would have killed your max % run. That was
beautiful. It's so clean.
That was amazing. Yeah, so Kaii is getting a 37 Boo losses. Looks like a 37-54. Alright, 55, never mind. If I remember correctly, Kaii has like a 38-25 in his PB. So he's like 30 seconds ahead right now. Oh, Radio messing up the Safari room, unfortunately. Getting smacked by the twirler. Oh, getting a good RNG double, though.
Yeah, that actually worked out really well with where that trash ghost spawned.
It wasn't bad at all.
Kaii is popping off. Kaii is actually literally on his best pace ever, right? Still? Like, this is his best pace ever, probably?
I have no idea, but he is...
I don't know what his best Boo losses key time is, but this is like a really good run for him. This is a pretty good run for you, Kaii.
This is a pretty good run for you, Kaii.
Well, Area 4 is where Kai's going to have to lock in if he wants to hold on to this 30-second lead that he has over his own PB. In terms of the race, I mean, Kai would have to do some multiple catastrophic things to pretty much, like, close the gap between him and Radio. But if Kai wants to PB, he needs to lock in, because Area 4 is not easy. It may not be nearly as difficult as Area 3 in some perspectives, but it's still hard, and it still requires you to play good. Radio also now entering the Blossus fight, hoping to also secure a 1 cycle.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, this game's been treating your Radio rough enough so far. He deserves this 1 cycle.
I agree. He deserves to catch a big break from
He
Booze.
deserves a nice 15 shot with the ice ball.
I actually thought he was also about to get bonked, which would have been funny that both of them took a bonk from a Boo. 14.
See, boom.
Pretty close to 15.
That was literally gorgeous. Yeah,
I mean,
both of their Boo
wow.
losses are better than what I get 99% of the time. So,
Let's go, dude. That was
could be taken
awesome.
as a W. Yeah, those guys got early access to the Boo losses tutorial. They didn't need to wait till Saturday.
They did not need to wait. They already paid for the early upload on Patreon.
They subbed to Pharaoh.
.com/Pharaoh414.
I think that's been a running gag in like every tournament match so far. Is Pharaoh's Boo losses tutorial.
Well, if they have a clean Boo losses, then we have to point out the fact that there's a Boo losses tutorial in the making that also includes the signature cleanup, but sometimes maybe it's not needed.
Pharaoh's signature cleanup. Alright, let's see his Grimly. Alright, not instant. Let's see if he can get a good Grimly at the very least. Alright, that was like
3.5 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds is like dead average, honestly. Like,
That
I
is
feel
pretty
like
average.
Like normally, like if we're thinking realistically, 3 seconds is like dead average Grimly.
Like that's
Anything
kind of
above-
that's kind of the time you should be expecting to get. You should be expecting to get anywhere from like a 1 second Grimly to like a 3-4 second Grimly.
Or if your
If
name
you get
is
anything
MSR,
slower than if you get anything slower than that, then you're just getting boned.
yeah, if your name is Red's MSR, you can get a 10-second Grimly on 554 paces in a row.
So this time around, I'm hoping Kai is looking for redemption on Breaker Boo, because if some of you watched his previous race against Red, Kai had a very interesting Breaker Boo where he went to go bait for a charge and it didn't end up working out, and the Boo just left.
He tried to bait for a charge. Does he bait for a charge every time? I guess he does. I am going to say another PSA right now. If you do Breaker Boo and it's in a bottom barrel, please do not bait him to charge. He does not charge like 90% of the time. You should only bait a charge if he is in a top barrel. Because then he is 100% guaranteed to charge, because he's low enough.
Yes.
Though I saw him aim down, and the Boo charged like almost immediately, which is a little bit interesting. A little bit spicy.
Lots of hearts that he just spawned. He's gonna have to try and clear those before this Boo decides. Oh
That
no, poison mushroom.
is significantly worse than the hearts. Now, this will be fine, unless the mushroom decides to get out of the corner and just bounces directly to the middle, which it won't because it's not even there anymore. Then yeah, we're good. Kai's RNG so far in this area 4 has been pretty good. Average Grimly. So second try Breaker, but the 1 cycle itself was good.
Yeah, he got the tech skip there, and then he had a pretty solid find there in the Boo. Nothing like worst RNG in terms of like a barrel. The poison mushroom's pretty rough, but it not homing on to you is pretty good too. You know, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, Breaker Boo is, I won't call it the hardest strat in the in the game, aside from King Boo One Cycle obviously takes the cake for that, but you know, I would call it like one of the hardest boos you have to do in a No to Bounds run. Maybe the hardest. Some people might find Weston harder because of the ice physics. Breaker's definitely the hardest to learn and get consistently, but I think once you get Breaker consistently, it actually just becomes one of the easiest boos to do in the high HPs.
Because it's such a rhythmically focused boo.
Yeah, it's so rhythmically focused, and you have like complete control over him. So if you know how to control the boo, it becomes like free. But if you don't really know how to control the boo, it's like impossibly hard.
Right, and you have like a nice big room with like very few objects that, or very few things that would spawn, like, so you don't have to usually worry about
Radio's actually also
situations.
going for Breaker Boo. Because I saw him set up the tech skip from the bottom, so he's doing wall strat.
Well, it looks like the boo's actually in the table, so he's gonna pull his cloth off. And
I didn't know Radio knew how to do this, actually. Maybe he just goes for this. Okay, he... Alright, this is not going to be working, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean... I honestly
oh my goodness, Kaii.
This is looking a lot like my PB right now.
So Kaii unfortunately missing out on fully pulling off the wind-up function there on the blue soldier, and almost gets hit while in mid-sec up with the green one, but actually does get away. Few too many blinkers. I feel that one. It's so real.
Kaii getting burned.
That's why you pull down the element.
He's going for the 6-piece now. That works.
He was always going to. It would have worked out pretty normally if you actually pulled down the element there and didn't get burned by it.
I
must have pulled off too early. Yeah, the way he was setting up was like moving around, like he wanted to swing out one side and then swing back in the other side to like group them or whatever, but he didn't pull the fire element down, so he took the damage from it and it messed up the setup.
Kaii probably lost a decent bit of time in that split.
Yeah, it was certainly not the cleanest split. That definitely does lose him some time, so he's probably still on PB pace, but it's not like cracked PB pace. Although things can still change here. He could still have a really clean armory, and the rest of area 4 can still be really clean. He probably would save time. That's not good.
No, honestly, spawning a poison in here, as long as it doesn't hit you right away, it's not that bad. He burned that puncher a little early. He's a little far ahead. Nah, he's good, though. He's
No, though, it's better than missing it, honestly. Being able to back that up is probably a really relieving feeling, being like, at least I didn't miss that. Like, thank God.
Missing the 5-piece is, like, brutal. Like, it's one of the worst things to miss in the entire run, probably. Okay, unfortunately, Kaii getting a little bit of unfortunate luck in here. That's still pretty good, though, all things considered. That's the best spot on the left side you can get. Technically, the best spot is that top right chest, because you can search it from the left side, but it can be a little bit awkward to do that.
Radio with the soldier double setup here. If he can keep the suck up pretty good, this thing won't break off from him. It looks like he will be able to... Oh, he was so close!
That is mad unfortunate. I would be pissed if that happened to me.
I'd be upset too. Because it looked like he had control, so it's just strange that it breaks off like that. Radio doing the old burn strat here, where you just burn all their HP away.
All reliable.
Actually, is all reliable. Just like ballroom doubles, if you know how to do both strats, it's good old reliable.
Except the 6 pieces probably is easier.
I don't know, you seem to get it really in your head that you wanted to do doubles when you were preparing for your match against Kaii. I just remember when you being in ballroom and you kept missing 6 piece, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't usually happen though. I was in my head about everything that day.
Too much anxiety about winning that match.
Dude, I hate tournament races. I'm always nervous, even if the person I'm going against has like a 120. It's like, yeah,
I mean,
my
I get it.
PB's 35 minutes better, and like all that, right? But like, the heck, man. Alright, it would be 25. I didn't do the math right, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I can't physically focus properly. Like, the only PB I got in a tournament was, like, my God run, and then I 3-cycled King Boo, and I didn't want to leave my bed for, like, 4 days.
Solid old strat there from Radio, where you get a few singles there on a couple of those ghosts, and then you triple the last 3.
Yeah, that's the standard strat. Triple is
Looks like he's getting good RNG.
More reliable. That is in the shelf. Kaii, please.
Kai's had quite the basement so far.
He did a double cackle there, but he did maintain control of the Boo right away. One double cackle on Weston Boo is still very consistent for 1 cycle off.
He didn't art pump that. I was expecting him to have one more art pump there. I cannot believe he just got away with not art pumping that twice.
Okay, Radio's having a little bit of struggles with Armory Boo right now. Yeah, there we go.
Maybe that's probably why that happened. Because I feel like there's really, if you know that you can afford one more there in that situation with one double cackle, like you would go for the one more art pump or whatever. Well, here we go. We are making our way to Van Gore.
Yeah. By the looks of it, I do not think Kaii is on PB pace anymore. But he can get a pretty good run.
Yeah, that basement was pretty tragic. He got grabbed so many times in Pipe Room.
Yeah, and then the Armory Boo wasn't amazing.
Wasn't good. His Weston Boo find wasn't very good either.
Boo find and Weston, especially. It sucks because when the Boo is in the shelf, usually that's like the easiest spot to get the 1 cycle from because it spawns on the floor. So I would say like, yeah, maybe if Kaii gets like perfect Vanguard triples, he could like get the PB barely maybe. He would also have 1 cycle, so.
Yeah, that is assuming Kaii goes and gets 1 cycle. But it's gonna be tricky because Kaii plays PAL, and the setup's different, right?
The setup's the exact same, it's just in reverse, because it's, reverse hidden mansion.
Right, so like, I'm saying like it'll be different, it might be trickier for him because of muscle memory.
Yeah. I think Kaii is left-handed, so he said that, like, I'm pretty sure Kaii told me he was left-handed, so he thinks that King Boo 1 cycle is easier on PAL because of that. Which is, like, crazy work.
Placebo?
True. I mean, it makes sense.
I'm not sure
if you're left-handed, then, you might have easier control over the control stick.
Well, okay, but maybe you just feel like I don't really know, like, how concrete that statement is, but it's like, perhaps it's like because it's reversed and you're left-handed, you just kind of make it, it just feels easier in your head.
This can 55. This can't PB, but this can 55. This is about 55 pace if you want cycles King Boo.
Well, King Boo 1 cycle is a very difficult trick. Requires you to know how to do instant shots with the spike balls, and then you have to do some other minor tech to get King Boo set up correctly to get a second ball shot off to knock Bowser's head off to be able to keep draining HP without the cycle resetting.
Yeah, Kaii cannot get a 4x with this run. I don't know. Yeah, no, he definitely can't. Hey, actually, you know, maybe he might be on PB. He might tie PB. Actually.
Yeah, because it's 2 minutes from when you enter the cutscene, right? For one cycle.
Dude, he might. Yeah, he's on PB pace by a second.
It's crazy.
I thought he grabbed Van Gore key at a 53:01. Okay. Yeah, so Kaii can PB by 1 second. Okay,
It's pretty incredible if you think about it.
I did not look at when he grabbed Van Gore key, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, maybe he gets a 55 in the tournament. Maybe he PBs. Thank God this wasn't our race.
Whoever that is just rated Kai's stream. Thank you for rating him.
Yeah, thanks for rating Kaii.
Those raiders are really gonna get some peak gameplay here potentially.
Yeah, they might potentially see Kaii PB. So we'll see.
Kaii, do not spoil your ending. Do not spoil your ending. I feel like I already have a bad feeling about that message and what it entails.
Lining up for the insta shot. Hits it. Nice.
The ball's in a somewhat nice spot. See if he can get this correct.
Kingu's a little far away. That does not look... Okay, never mind. He grabbed on.
He got the shot. Kingu right into the ground. We're gonna have to see what happens. The very last ice ball needs to hit him before...
This is like completely
45.
lenient. No,
oh, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Nice.
Look at that. Oh my god.
That ties his PB.
50.
Wait, hold on. Let me check his stream to see what his splits were, see if he is ahead of them or not. Yeah, he's 0.2 behind PB.
He tied his own PB.
You know, that might be frame counted to be better. You never know.
I mean, he probably will have to go frame to count that run just to make sure, but that's pretty crazy to tie your PB in the tournament. Oh, I should mark him done because he's the winner. Sorry about that.
Congratulations, Kaii.
Congratulations, Kaii.
Winning your match and, you know, pretty much PBing. I mean, like, it's still essentially the best you've done at this point. What's up, Kaii?
Welcome in.
Well then, I certainly did not expect that.
You got a 55. Let's go.
Yeah, so I was listening in. After losing the 6 seconds in Grimly, I was still minus 27 after blackout. So just unfortunate, but I mean it's a 55 in a race. I can't complain.
It's pretty good.
I got like a spark of nervousness when I got parlor tech skip on top of ER like that.
Chauncey and ER.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I can actually do something with
this
it.
one's actually going somewhere, right?
Area 4, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be able to... There was no place to save time except for Van Gore. Every single split had less than 2 seconds of time save. Except for that. So I knew I was going to lose time, but I just lost too much time.
Radio is going to be going into Kingu now.
He tried attempting the cool little gem grab there that you can do with that sapphire as the end of the cutscene. Does a couple of minor visual bugs, but he did not get it at the time.
Fastest way to grab that.
True, because you don't sit through the cutscene.
Yeah, saves a few seconds. It's also fast.
I say cutscene. I mean animation.
I really thought it was over when I knew I had to back up at like 412 HP, but I got so lucky when I just locked onto him instantly.
Yeah, I didn't think that was good. I mean, you grabbed onto him instantly and then like followed him like frame perfectly the entire time, so that's bad.
If the suck up at the end was better, it probably would have PB'd, but...
I mean, it might have PB'd, you never know.
Yeah, but like I might as well just. I'm not gonna submit another 55-50.
Right. Well, I mean, like, okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think these splits are better to compare against as a 55-50 since they technically tied your team?
Yeah, I guess this was a way more balanced run. Like, I think this is literally just if you were to make balanced splits.
Pretty much, because, like, the only thing that's, like, pretty good is the early game RNG, and then it just kind of averaged out as the run kind of progressed.
Because my PB and my Area 4 and my PB, I only, like, comparing against actual PB splits, I only have 14 seconds of time save against my golds. So it's a really strict Area 4.
Not a big mark at all.
Looks like it's gonna be ridiculous. Okay.
Oh.
I'm surprised that didn't work.
Oh man.
I'm also surprised that didn't work. Interesting, but I was gonna be throwing like all those through that thing. Nice cat. GG Radio.
GG's Radio.
GG.
See if we can get him in for an interview. I haven't talked to Radio in 4 years. So this will
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Radio.
GG's Radio.
Good games, good games.
Yo,
I was
GG's.
really hoping you would PB.
It all ended on rooftop. I mean, it didn't end there, but it definitely suffered a major blow on rooftop.
Yeah, you were ahead of my sob for like the entire race, so I was like, I'm just gonna fuck around.
Oh man.
Yeah, some interesting things definitely happened.
It was quite an interesting run, I feel like.
I didn't see everything that happened on your run. I don't know if you had like really bad boo luck or.
Yeah, but that wasn't why it was a bad time. It was more so my fault, but I did have bad luck. Right.
Well, anyone else have anything to add?
No, not
I mean,
really.
Biff did not give me good luck when I punched him, so maybe
I didn't even notice that you punched him, to be honest. Like,
I just optimized it so well. It was so fast. You didn't even see it.
You made the punch, you got the key, and you left, and then that was the end of it.
I probably like I was gonna be happy if I got 56 in this tournament, which I did, and like getting a 55 in a tournament, like literally tying my PB. I'm satisfied with the tournament now, even if like something happens in my match against the winner of Flog versus Pancakes. Like I'm happy with my tournament performance. So that's pretty much all I've got.
It's a pretty good time. I mean, not many people end up getting 55s in the tournament, so it's a small number of people, especially per year. Well, let's see.
But
Kai,
I think this
since you won, you move on to losers round 5, and you'll play the winner of the Flouk Pancakes match.
which is tomorrow.
Yes. And then yeah, that's where you get seated moving forward. If you guys have nothing else to add, I might as well just go on and sign us out for the day.
Sounds good. Good luck on the rest of the tournament, Kai.
appreciate it.
All right, see ya.
GG's to you.
Farewell, everyone.
Farewell.
GG's to radio. Yeah.
Farewell. GG's to everybody. Stick around tomorrow. As we mentioned, there's the Pancakes Flouk match. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then on August 2nd, there's going to be the Mega Lightning Electric Miles match. at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So look out for those. There are going to be some other matches probably scheduled in the coming week or so, but now that we're getting towards the end of the tournament, there are going to be less and less matches. So that's all we have scheduled right now. And that's going to do it for us here in the booth and in the race. I hope you guys had fun watching. Thank you for watching. GG's to both runners. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for that Flout Pancakes match. So y'all have a good rest of your Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.